Faster transition, keep the shape. Here, Manon, give it to me, I'll finish it.
Here's a painful truth nobody wants to tell you. If you're waiting to become faster before becoming a better football player, you're already falling behind. Because football has never been a competition of speed. It's a competition of information. And the players who dominate games without being fast understand one thing that most players never learn. By the time you react, they're already executing. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I'm too slow. If I was faster, I'd be better. If I had more pace, I'd dominate." But here's the question. Why do players who are faster than everyone else still disappear in games? Why do some players with average athleticism control entire matches? Because speed is only useful if your brain knows where to use it. And that's the secret weapon nobody teaches. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how slower players become impossible to stop. Because if you understand this, you'll realize something. Being slow isn't your biggest weakness. Playing late is. Most young players have a completely backwards understanding of speed. They think football speed means sprinting speed. It doesn't. Football speed is decision speed. Look at any match. You almost never see players sprinting for 90 minutes. Football is thousands of tiny decisions happening every few seconds. Receive. Turn. Pass. Move. Scan. Position. Repeat. The player who does these actions earlier looks faster. The player who waits until the ball arrives looks slow. That's why some players look incredibly fast even though they're not. They're simply arriving before everyone else mentally. Stop saying, "I'm a slow player." Start asking, "Am I a late player?" Because those are two very different things. One is genetics. The other is a skill you can train. Here's the hidden reason most players struggle. They spend hours training their feet, but almost no time training their eyes and brain. Watch an average player. Before receiving the ball, they're staring at it the entire time. Then they receive. Then they look up. Then they think. Then they decide. But by then, it's over. The defender is already there. Pressure has arrived. The opportunity is gone. Now watch elite players. Before the ball even reaches them, they've already scanned. They know where the defender is, where the space is, where their teammate is, what their next action will be. The ball arrives. One touch. Gone. This is why they seem impossible to press. Because they're not reacting. They're preparing. And this leads to the first lesson. Lesson 1, become an early player. Average players live in the present. Elite players live 5 seconds ahead. Your job is to become obsessed with being early. Early scan. Early movement. Early positioning. Early decisions. Imagine you're a midfielder. If you wait until your teammate passes the ball before deciding what to do, you're late. Instead, ask yourself 3 questions before every reception. Where is the pressure? Where is the space? What's my next action? That's it. These 3 questions will transform your game. Because when the ball arrives, you're no longer thinking. You're executing. Try this in your next training session. Every 5 seconds, force yourself to scan. Even if the ball is nowhere near you. At first, it'll feel weird. Then eventually it becomes automatic. And suddenly, you'll start seeing opportunities nobody else sees. Lesson 2, master the art of creating space. Fast players often rely on outrunning defenders. You can't. So you need a better weapon. Manipulation. The best players don't attack space. They create it. Here's how. Never stand still. But also don't run endlessly. Small movements are enough. Take 2 steps away. Then check back. Move inside. Then drift outside. Walk. Pause. Explode. These tiny movements force defenders into decisions. And every decision creates uncertainty. Your goal isn't to run more. Your goal is to make defenders uncomfortable. Imagine you're a winger. Instead of waiting wide for the ball, take 3 steps inside. The defender follows. Now drift back outside. Suddenly you've created space. Nothing magical happened. You simply moved with intention. Football is often a battle of deception. The player who controls defenders controls the game. Lesson 3, play 1 touch earlier than everyone else. Here's a rule. Whatever your instinct is, do it 1 touch earlier. Most players take unnecessary touches because they're uncertain. Touch. 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 Then pass. By then, pressure arrives. Great players simplify. Can you pass first time? Do it. Can you turn in 1 touch? Do it. Can you play a through ball immediately? Do it. Remember this phrase. Every extra touch is extra information for the defender. Every touch gives opponents time to recover. Your objective is to remove their time. Football isn't about showing how many touches you can take. It's about removing the opponent's options. Try this challenge. During small-sided games, force yourself to play in 2 touches maximum. You'll make mistakes initially. Good. That's how growth happens. Soon you'll realize something. The game starts slowing down. Not because the game changed. Because your decisions became faster. Lesson 4, become unpredictable. Predictable players suffer the most when they're slow. Why? Because defenders know exactly what's coming. Imagine a winger who always dribbles down the line. After 10 minutes, the defender has solved the puzzle. Game over. Your job is to become difficult to read. Create multiple threats. If you always pass, sometimes drive forward. If you always dribble, sometimes pass early. If you always turn right, sometimes turn left. Become a question mark. Because defenders hate uncertainty. The more decisions you force them to make, the more mistakes they'll create themselves. Here's a simple rule. Never repeat the same action 3 times in a row. Change your rhythm. Change your angle. Change your timing. Predictability is one of the biggest hidden reasons players struggle. Fix this and your lack of speed matters far less. Lesson 5, become a space collector. This might be the biggest mindset shift in the entire video. Stop chasing the ball. Start collecting space. Young players love being close to the action. It's a mistake. The ball attracts everyone, which means the space is usually somewhere else. Great players constantly ask, where is nobody standing? That's where they go. Football rewards players who escape traffic. Think about players who always seem available. It's not luck. They deliberately move into empty areas. You don't need explosive speed if you're already standing in the right place. The smartest players travel shorter distances because they started earlier. Imagine 2 players racing toward space. One starts 3 seconds earlier. The other is twice as fast. Who wins? Usually the first player. Positioning beats speed far more often than people realize. Become obsessed with finding empty areas. Space is your currency. Collect it. Protect it. Use it. So how do you apply this immediately? Your next match has one mission. Forget trying to impress people. Forget trying to score a wonder goal. Focus on these 5 objectives. Number 1. Scan every 5 seconds. Number 2. Ask the 3 questions before receiving. Where's the pressure? Where's the space? What's my next action? Number 3. Play with fewer touches. Number 4. Move defenders before asking for the ball. Number 5. Constantly search for empty space. Do this for 1 game. Just 1. You'll notice something incredible. The game starts feeling easier. You'll have more time. Less panic. More confidence. And you'll wonder why. Nothing changed physically. You changed mentally. And that's where dominance begins. The biggest lie in football is that pace determines your ceiling. It doesn't. Your awareness does. Your positioning does. Your decision-making does. Your anticipation does. There are thousands of talented players who never improve because they keep trying to become faster versions of themselves. Stop doing that. Become a smarter version of yourself instead. Because the player who thinks first usually wins first. You don't need to outrun everyone. You need to out-understand everyone. That's the real secret weapon. And once you learn it, you'll stop seeing yourself as a slow player forever. You'll become something far more dangerous. A player who controls the game. And trust me, defenders are far more afraid of intelligent players than fast players. Because speed eventually fades. But football intelligence stays with you forever. If this video changed the way you see football, hit subscribe. Because we're building footballers who don't rely on talent. We build players who understand the game. And those players become impossible to stop.